this over. Good morning, good morning, good morning. My What the 50 family, it's Danica. My partner in crime, Susan, is not here today. She is at the dentist. Yuck, yuck, yuck. But I am here, as you can see, with my sweet friend, Joe. Joe is my friend and also my neighbor, which is very cool, him and his lovely wife. And he was at one of my shows yesterday, and I was talking about doing a live podcast and asked him to join us today because he has completely recreated himself after 50. And so just wanted to get that male perspective because I know that we have female and male out there, and we're trying to get you boys to understand that we love you too. And we want to hear what's going on. And a lot of you guys want to hear what's going on too, get some insight, etc., because that's what we're all about. So I'm going to introduce, I did. Here's my friend Joe. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. And you can see shameless self-promotion.
Hey, I've got my name tattooed on my ankle.
And actually, really, I have even more shameless self-promotion.
He's being shameless. So Joe is a fellow musician as well. He sings. I get a shirt. Yay! I love it. Hi, Jen. Hi. We're doing a podcast. If you want to come and say hello, we're live. Our beautiful neighbor as well, and our good friend Ben, who runs the office and keeps us all in line around here. There's Jen. Say good morning.
Morning.
So, talk to me. I just learned something. I found out that Joe will actually be 65 in January, which is awesome. Wouldn't have guessed. Tell us a little bit.
Great for 90.
You do look great for 90. That's what I just said to somebody yesterday. If we tell everybody, like, hey, how old are you? I'm 80. They're going to say, shit, you look great.
You look great.
So tell us a little bit about you and all the things, where you're from, and just.
Born and raised in the city of Chicago, South Side. Actually, the city of Chicago, not like Naperville or Bolingbrook, or not actually the city of Chicago. And I was a police officer in law enforcement for 20 years, retired from there, and moved to paradise.
Yes, our little piece of paradise in Texas. Awesome. And so, police officer, and he informed me that he never did drink coffee or eat donots. Yep. So you are one of the
Diet Coke in the morning.
Diet Coke in the morning.
More shameless promotion.
There you go.
Hydrate.
That's right. Hydrate. That's awesome. I love it. So I explained to them what you are promoting because, like I said, he's a fellow musician. And
yeah. So, it's a weird kind of story. I mean, like you, I was in a band for a zillion years.
Yeah.
And as you know, one reason or another, bands break up and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I own the sound equipment. Okay. And just kind of floating around and that kind of thing. And a buddy of mine, he's an Elvis guy. Oh. So he comes up one day and he goes, hey, Joe, I need you to run sound for these couple of shows.
Okay.
So I did. I'm setting everything up and I'm doing sound check on the mic. And for some weird reason, I picked a Neil Diamond song to sing.
Okay.
And he had a couple of groupies in the audience, that were there early. And they go, oh, that was great. Do another one. So I did the second one. And Dave comes from backstage and he goes, dude, that was you? And I go, yeah. And he goes, oh, you need to string them together and we need to start doing shows.
There you
and
go.
I was 50 when that started.
See, there you go.
So
a whole new twist of fate for your music career.
Exactly.
And you've been doing that ever since.
Yeah.
So when did you go from doing it with the band to doing it on your own?
Well, it's the band thing. I tried getting people together, but then I found out that I have tracks and you don't have to deal with people.
I toured for 18 years with people.
Yeah.
And it's most of the time I can say it was awesome, but oh man.
Yeah.
There are times. There are screaming, yelling fights and stupid stuff and drunk every day.
Yeah.
And all the things. So I get it, Yeah, you don't have to feed your band in a box. You don't have to pay your band in a box.
Exactly.
It does what you want, sings what you want. Plus, you're more versatile.
Yeah.
I miss a band. I truly miss singing with a live band because there's nothing like that energy. However,
absolutely. And it scared the hell out of me when I first started doing it. I mean, because, okay, I'm, 15, 17 years, whatever, with a band, and I'm the front guy, and I'm jumping around, and I'm doing everything. But I always had somebody to hide behind. I mean, if you know how you get the gifts on stage and everything like that every now and then, and it's just like, you could always just kind of hide. And when I started doing this on my own, it's like I got nobody to hide behind.
I know. It's that feeling of being naked, like they say, Oh, yeah. And also the energy. You don't have anybody to bounce off of.
Yeah.
So it's really hard. I don't know if you felt like this, but when I first started doing it, I decided to do it because I wanted to be a mom, number one. And I could have had a baby on tour. A lot of my friends did. They just took a nanny and they had a baby on tour. And my daughter has wonderful friends all across the country that love her to death because of that, my touring. But excuse me. Me too. And but I decided I wanted to be a mom, and so I started coming down here. And I'm sure you found it's a very different place down here.
Oh, yeah.
So down here, it's tourist, obviously, but there's a bar on every corner, and all of them have live music. And so it's wonderful for musicians of all kinds. And when I first started doing, I talked to Leslie, who I'll get her on here one of these days for an interview. But she'd been doing this.
Shout out to Leslie.
Shout out to Leslie, my sister from another mother. But she said, "Why don't you just sing tracks?" I'm like, "Okay." And I'd seen her a million times and never even thought about it, like it was weird or anything. So she helped me figure that out, and Jeff Clifton helped me figure it out, get all my stuff together, and I started to do it. But how I felt at first, and again, like I said, if you felt this way, I felt like a glorified karaoke singer.
Exactly.
And it's funny because, and nothing against that, but I mean, I write music, and I I perform with bands, and I'm an entertainer, and so to feel like I was just up singing karaoke, I felt kind of like a failure at first, and also I almost felt embarrassed. I don't know, does that make sense?
To a certain extent. See, I ran karaoke shows when karaoke first came out, and hence the reason I say karaoke and not karaoke, because it's two words. It's empty orchestra, karaoke, and that's when we had the big discs and all of that kind of thing. And so I was running karaoke shows, and it's and no offense to all of you karaoke people, but it's when you run a karaoke show, it's basically the same shitty singers singing the same shitty songs
every night.
Yeah,
I did it too. I ran it too.
Yeah, so it's and you get kind of tired of that, and during those days, it wasn't like, I mean, now you put karaoke show and boom, there's people there and they want to sing and everything like that. Yeah. Back in those days, it wasn't so much. I mean, you had a 3-4 hour show. And people were, they had the, 2.5 hours of liquid courage. So you have to entertain. So I kind of got used to doing that, but I was working with a partner, my brother. And so we used to do karaoke roulette and all kinds of crazy stuff. And so that kind of got me into that part of it. But I was still at least working off of somebody. And then when I started doing this alone, it's like, God, this is really scary. How do you do this?
People don't understand. It is. It's very difficult. And when people get up on stage, when I run like my talent night at Jake's on Thursdays, which thank you for coming, which will not happen tonight because I'm doing a fundraiser. But just having people get up, it takes courage. And tell me this, because I like to try to veer us back, because I do this all the time. I squirrels. Is it going back to being 50 over? Do you think it was easier or harder being older? Do you think for just the experience you had, or just, I mean, in life itself, just reinventing yourself and doing different things as you get older? Is it?
Well, it's always scary when you're doing something new, and being older, you look around and it's like these kids are like 20 somethings, and there's a grizzled old man. Oh, what, you're 32? And then all of a sudden, you're 50, and then I hit 60, and in January I'll be 65, and it's just like, and I'm still rocking, and it's like, it just doesn't matter. Age just doesn't matter. As long as you're having fun doing it. I mean, the cool part about being older, and especially with me, is I just plain don't give a shit anymore. It's like, if it's not fun, I'm not doing it.
I agree. And so, like me, I do it for me. Like we have on the island, like right now is a very slow time. It's going to start getting busy again. We have days where we'll have a handful of people in the audience, and that's tough. Because you're singing at chairs, and of course, touring with bands, you're not used to that. We're used to packed houses every single night and can't walk through, and so that is a little bit of a hit to the ego. But I've realized too, as I get older, you just don't care. I sing for myself, and so I think that's a benefit with getting older too. Is it?
Now, see what you do. You kind of go off the cuff. You'll plug something in and just do it and everything like that. I prefer a more structured show. But on those days that you're playing and there's like 12 people in this gigantic place, and you can't even see them because they're in the back and they're talking, and these people are arguing and all that kind of crap. And it's just like, I will go off of my script and go, okay, you know what? I've been working on this. I want to try this one. I've been working on this. I want to try that one.
There you go.
And so that gives me the opportunity to just kind of branch out a little bit. And if I can do it in front of 12 people, then I can do it in front of 1,200.
Exactly. No, I use those days for practice too. New song, I'll try it. But you know me, I do it anyway because I don't care. Somebody say, "Do you sing this song?" I'm like, nope, I'll try it. I put it on, and I just always turn it off before people start to cry. Is what I say. Turn it off before you start to cry. I promise. But what else? Tell me, besides just music, do you find as a man growing older? What's happened in your life that because I love to give insight and just anything that you can give advice for as far as careers, because so many people think that life after 50 it's done.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
oh, no.
And you're like me, all the energy, you do all the things, you travel. He comes just in winter Texas, and he come down here for around 4 or 5 months.
6
months. I know you guys are here longer than
I'm
most.
hoping 7.
Yes,
I'm hoping,
awesome. They're our neighbors, so
I'm hoping not.
he's my cabana boy.
Yeah. Anybody knows my wife? Please tell her.
Yeah, 6 months. Oh yeah, we'll work on that. But so just seriously, as a man, because I know what happens to me and my body and all the things, and I still have tons of energy. And people are always, how can you do it? I get up on stage and I go wild. You know me. I have a 7.5-year-old. I had a baby at 50, because I don't believe that anything stops because you're getting older. I think the minute we stop is the minute we stop living, and the minute we start dying, because that's when our body falls apart and all the things. And I'm assuming it's the same for a man.
Oh, exactly. Because it's, and I know a lot of guys that are not my age, I mean close, whatever. And they're like, oh, well, I don't do that anymore. I just can't. And they're like, how do you keep on going? You're doing this and you're doing that. It just simply coming down here.
Yeah.
I drove from Chicago to South Padre Island, 22 hours. Yep. Straight through, and then once I got here, then I unloaded the car and everything like that. Talking to the wife on the phone, and because she flew. So
she's spoiled.
Yeah, but it's talking to her on the phone. She goes, "Oh, why don't you lay down?" And I go, "Nah, still too jazzed. Gotta go."
And you came to my show.
Exactly.
I know.
Yeah. On Thursday night, yeah, I did.
You came to my show. He came to my show and sang brilliantly. So yeah. You did. You always do. Well, of course we were drinking.
Yeah.
No, but he did. He came still. And so, but I do too. I have some friends that once they hit 50, they wouldn't lift things anymore. They just thought that everything should be done for them because I'm too old and I can't do it. To me, that'll kill you so
exactly.
fast.
If you think it,
yeah.
It's going to happen.
Not saying that our bodies don't. I mean, I'm sure you probably found that we start getting a little bit more physical limitations, but not like. I keep hearing people are like, you just can't do it. You're not supposed to do that. You're not supposed to pick that up. Because I have a 67-pound daughter I pick up and carry all the time. And I spin around in circles and I lay down on the floor with her and I have no problem. And no offense, and please, anybody that has physical ailments or things like that, it's not saying against you. But if you are capable of moving and doing things, the minute you stop, I believe, is the minute you get worse and you get sick. And I watch it in our audience. I'm sure you do too.
Sure.
The winter Texans that come in, the ones that get up and dance, the ones that go golfing, the ones that do everything, continue to dance and go golfing. The ones that just sit around and drink continue to go to the doctor and come back and they sit and they go to the doctor, and that's their excursions. And I see that a lot, and I hate it. It hurts my heart because I don't like to see anybody incapable of living life to the fullest. You know what I mean? Yeah,
keep moving. And that's my wife tells me that all the time. She goes, I don't know how you keep going and everything. And I go, if I stop, I might rust up.
Does she carry an oil can around?
Yeah, exactly.
So anything you do different in your 60s, I mean, basically. So
I actually take vitamins now. Yeah, it's crazy because I don't go to the doctor or anything like that. Last time I don't even remember the last time I was at the doctor. I mean, I make sure the wife goes and everything like that. She got real bad sick, so there's a thing with that. Okay. But I just don't go. But it's you find you need some type of supplement. I mean, other than beer, because beer was really bad. But so I got the B complex, the B12, and zinc. Those I take those every single morning. And the B12 the B complex is really cool, but it still freaks me out.
Because it gives you energy?
No, because at some point you gotta pee and it's glow in the dark. And it still freaks me out because that's what it does. And I'm looking, holy crap, what? Oh, yeah, that's right. So that kind of freaks me out.
I didn't know that. I don't have any of my B vitamins right now, but I take all kinds. I take all different things. Yeah. I did some research on what I needed to take. So I'm doing collagen finally, which I probably should have done 10, 20 years ago. I'm finally doing collagen. I do fish oil. I do vitamin C every day. And I do, as you can tell, vitamin C is helping. No, that's a cruise. This is cruise cold. And then I take a couple of other things. I don't even know what they're called, but they're all natural. I try to take everything as natural as possible. Yeah. But still.
Well, and Diane, my lovely bride, she is.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to get in so much trouble for this. Good. She is 9.5 years older than me.
And you'd
God,
never
God help
guess.
you if you say 10. because it's 9.5.
And she's gorgeous and
and
just amazing.
Yeah.
I would never have guessed
I
that.
cannot believe she hasn't smothered me much sleep yet. But she takes a bunch of stuff, and she knows, you take these in the morning and you take these
Some
at night, and
some
it's
with food, some without.
yeah, and I know that's a magnesium thing, and she's got this whole regimen and stuff, and she's the one that got me on the B complex, because and the B complex is really good, because if you notice, like as you get older, I know I work with my hands and stuff like that, you start to get a little like a tingly thing in your fingertips, and it's just like the starting of neuropathy.
Okay.
But the B complex kind of counteracts that. So as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh hell yeah, give me like a lot of that. And but I take one of them every morning. That B12 and zinc. Zinc help. Zinc. I cannot stress zinc enough. If you get sick, if you all that kind of stuff, take a zinc every day. It's good for you.
Yep. Well, I actually even make my own sunscreen out of zinc, because I don't do the chemicals. But what I'm noticing is, look at my finger.
Mm-hmm.
I start noticing that I'm not getting tinglers, but it's interesting because I have trigeminal neuralgia in this side of my face. This side of my face is numb. At least somewhat. It's not bad, but when I first went to the doctor, because it would twitch and I'd get shooting pains, they say that people commit suicide over it. Sometimes it gets so different, it's so painful, and they try to put me on seizure medication. I'm like, no. So I'm like you, I don't go to the doctor, but this started to freak me out when it was shooting pains and my eye was doing this, and when I smile now, see how crooked it is? It's just crooked because my muscles and stuff my nerves don't work over here. I'm going to start taking my B's again because I didn't know that. And I know there's a few things. I have an aromatherapy that I take every day. I can't think what it's called, and supposedly it's helping, but it's kept it at bay. So, I mean, literally from the middle of my teeth all the way over, it feels like just as you're done at the dentist when that Novocaine's wearing off, and you just get that little bit last of it. So it's really irritating, but I'm to the point where I don't feel it anymore because I've had it for years now. But vitamin B. So see, we're learning something new. B complex. I'll try that because mine actually is coming in the mail again in the next couple of days. So.
Yeah, and your pee being glow in the dark is just like a plus.
I didn't notice that. I'm just shut the door and turn off the light.
It is.
That is cool.
It's very fluorescent.
Emerald's gonna want to take it. She's going, I want fluorescent pee. It doesn't smell like asparagus pee though, does it?
Oh no.
Okay, good.
No,
I didn't notice it when I was taking them, so I'll have to notice next time, and I'll have to have Diane get on with us and talk about vitamins and things because. Like I said, I started doing all that too, and she might have some more tricks for us. Yeah. So besides vitamins, what else?
That's pretty much it. It's just, I mean, again, it's and I tell people this all the time. I say it's mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. So if it's not fun, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to stress. I'm not going to let anybody steal my peace because this is just me. I'm having fun.
And I love that. Yes. I've always said live it unapologetically. I mean, and you see me, I do my thing and I don't care. I figure my thing that I've always said, and this, ironically, this statement offends people. I always say if you're offended, it's your fault. Because nothing comes out of my mouth, even if I say fuck or whatever I say or do, nothing is intended to offend. And you can only be offended if you choose to be offended. It's always your own process. And so, I just do my thing. I have a daughter and I'm still crazy and I still go out and I drink and if we didn't have people on the beach, we'd dance naked under the moon, but there's people there and they probably would frown upon that with my daughter out there. Me, they wouldn't care. We used to go skinny dipping all the time after our shows at East Grand. 2:00 would come out and one of the bartenders, Rafi, was the smart one. He'd say, no, I can't do it, but I'll hold all the clothes. So he'd hold all the clothes. I said, no, peeking. He's like, but you know what? And a lot of people would look down on me for doing all that stuff, but I don't care. I'm going to enjoy life to the fullest. Yeah. And I think, honestly, well, that's like, have you ever read or seen the Blue Zones or heard of the Blue Zones? Yeah. I'll send you the information. There's a Netflix series, a short series, and the Blue Zones are areas in this world where people are, there's the biggest groups of centurions. And it talks about why they live to be 100. And it is simply socialization and moving. They drink. I mean, they eat the pasta. They eat all the stuff. They don't have to be thin. They don't have to work out. Socialization and movement. Yeah. And walking every day and whatever. Do you do anything different exercise-wise or anything as you got older?
Well, down here, she likes to walk. Well, like I said, she got really bad sick, and she was in the hospital for the better part of a year. So once she got back out, and I mean, there was a whole bunch of challenges with that and everything. And did you ever have to have that talk with somebody? I mean, they're really bad sick, and it's like, okay, and that was Absolutely. And I've done some really crazy, hard things in my life. But that was absolutely the hardest conversation I ever had. She's laying in the hospital bed, and they're like, okay, well, this whole glass lung thing, and she's on the respirator and all that kind of stuff. And I had to kneel next to the bed. And I'm like, honey, what do you want to do? If you want to let go, I mean, I understand. I don't like it, but I understand. But if you want to fight, we'll fight. And she said, I want to fight. And so boom, 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 we started duking. So, fast forward and everything like that. I mean, she had oxygen levels dipped and, that kind of thing. So we've been working with Sudoku, and I give her the time in military time. So she's got to figure it out and keep the brain going and everything. And being down here, I mean, hell, we're in paradise. Let's take advantage of it. We take off from here, and we do basically 3 miles almost every day.
Awesome.
And the last mile and a half of it is right down the beach with your feet in the water.
Yep.
And
so you get re-energized by the beautiful
exactly
energy of the ocean and the water and the sand. You get all of it.
Yep.
You get all 4 elements walking on our beach.
Exactly.
I love that. I love that. And walking, they say, honestly, and I believe it is the healthiest, because it's just, you don't put too much strain on your body. And, and like you said, stress is the number one thing. I don't go to the doctor unless I'm broken or bleeding. And I don't even go for my girl things anywhere. I know, don't bitch at me, I know, but I just always figure.
You have to do that, though.
I always figure
stuff.
I'm never going to, if I die of something, I'm not going to know what it is. I'm just not. I don't want to know. I would never do any cancer treatment, anything like that. I've done through that with my mom and different family members. I'm just going to die when I die. And I'm not going to die of any of that. I'm just not even worried about it. It's not going to happen. So, and I believe that's part of it too. I think we can keep ourselves healthy the more we believe it.
Exactly. And that's why I don't bother.
Yeah. I've healed my aches and pains just by mind. My mind, I have done it.
Yeah, my hip has been killing me.
Okay, I'll tell you what I do.
I'm walking around like, ow, this really hurts. And it's just like, okay, yeah, well.
Well, you wouldn't almost be 65, would you?
Yeah, well.
Not almost. Oh my gosh. All right, so let's close out. Just any tips for the amazing men out there, that what they can do besides vitamin B and walking? Anything out there?
Just be happy, man. Just be happy. Just enjoy life. You could look around and see 100 reasons to be pissed and to be mad, but if you look a little past that, you can see 1,000,000 reasons to be happy. You have so much going on in your life that if you just take a second, just look around, and as long as you're happy from the inside, it's going to come out to the outside. You're going to be a happier person. You're going to be able to do things. Don't say, oh, well, I can't do that. Nah, let's give this a shot. I may screw it up, but hey, let's give this a shot. Do it, man. Do it.
I love it. Awesome. All right, Joe, my sweet friend, I love you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Remember, Joe Zirconia.
Hydrate when you come down. That's key too.
Yes.
That is absolutely key. Hydration, not just beer.
Oh, well.
Not just beer.
My water is fully poisoned, so just let you know. Don't be a hater.
Don't be a hater. No, we don't have any haters on our show. We don't. Thank you for joining us today. Susan, hopefully will be back with me next week. Susan, we love you. Hope you're doing well at the dentist, and we'll see you soon with the 50 family. Let us know what you want to hear as far as topics, et cetera, and please share. Have a beautiful day. Love you.
If you're going to take a screenshot, make sure you get both fingers.
Oh, wait, you ready? Let's take a screenshot. Both fingers. Perfect. I love it. All right. I don't know how to turn this off, so I'm going to figure. Oh, here we go. Right there where it says end stream.
There you go. Later.